Dear student, I am Dr. Gurjeet Singh from Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, Dwarka. Today topic of discussion is online privacy and data protection law. Very important discussion, very important topic. Now the main objective of the discussion is to understand the concept of privacy and online privacy. Second, to appreciate various modes of online violation of privacy issues. Next, to analyze the privacy regulation of European Union and India, and to understand the concept of data protection, to explain the protection provided to data protection under various jurisdictions, and at the end to enumerate the principle laid down for collection and processing of information. Now the learning outcome of the discussion would be to understand various methods of online privacy violation and data protection, law of India as well as European countries. The traditional concept of privacy is derived from the word privatus, meaning separated or deprived from the rest or solitude. Privacy is not secrecy, but it is a right to be left alone. It is a private information of individual's life outside the public domain. So there are some information which every person wants to keep it to himself, about his family, about his residence, about his physical structure, or about anything which is personal in nature, and they all fall under the right to privacy. Concept of privacy of course is not uniform because it has not been defined uniformly anywhere. Therefore, socio-political structure of the country define the scope and nature of privacy law in the country or in the state. For example, USA and European countries are very developed states, but the privacy concept is not uniformly applicable in their country. While European country is more sensitive to the issue of privacy, USA is not that sensitive, so it has a narrow concept of privacy. As per processor, there are 4 categories of privacy concept. The first one is unreasonably unjustified breach of seclusion or solitude of another. Second, use of individual name for another's advantage. Next is putting the private fact in public domain, and the last one, defaming. Since there is no uniform definition or categorization of privacy, generally these 4 different kind of privacy are recognized. The first one privacy is information privacy, that is related to credit information, medical report, government records of the individual. Second is bodily privacy, that is genetic mapping, DNA, blood group, drug test, etc. Third is personal privacy like telephone calls, detail, emails, SMS, etc. And the last one is territory privacy, that is intrusion at home, workplace against the consent of the individual. Though the concept of privacy is not widely and uniformly applicable in every other country, but at international level the concept has been recognized time to time. For the first time it was recognized in Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Article 12 of the Convention or Declaration talks about it, and it says, no one shall be subjected to arbitrary interference with his privacy, family, home or correspondence, nor to attack upon his honor and reputation. Everyone has the right to the protection of law against such interference or attack. Now in this particular definition, for the first time they recognize some kind of privacy issues that is related to family, home, honor and reputation. Now the same sort of concept was repeated in International Convention on Civil and Political Rights in Article 17, where it says no one shall be subjected to arbitrary or unlawful interference with his privacy, family, home or correspondence, nor to unlawful attack on his honor and reputation. And second, everyone has the right to the protection of law against such interference or attacks. Apart from that, these two important conventions, the third convention, that is European Human Rights Convention, as I already said, they are very sensitive to the issue of privacy. They have defined it more elaboratively. Article 8 of the convention says, everyone has the right to respect for his private and family life, his home and his correspondence. There shall be no interference by the public authority with the exercise of this right, except such as in accordance with the law and is necessary in a democratic society in the interest of national security, public safety or the economic well-being of the country, for the prevention of disorder or crime, for the protection of health or moral, or for the protection of right and freedom of other. So, first of all, this particular article in first part identify the privacy issue, which is related to family life, which is related to private life, which is related to home and the correspondence. And the second part of the definition talks about up to what extent there can be interference by the state, and it identify on what basis the state can always check the privacy issue, and those issues are on the basis of which there can be a check on privacy, that is national security, public safety, well-being of the country, prevention of disorder of a crime, etc., etc. So, the first time it identifies the exceptions of privacy also. So, this is the traditional part of privacy. So, privacy is some confidential information, some sensitive information which are very core to a individual, which are in the public, which are in the private domain and not in the public domain. They are part of privacy. Now, in a country like India, which is caste driven, religion driven, regional driven, the importance of privacy we can understand, and therefore, in India the privacy has to be protected very fundamentally, like any other fundamental right. Now, that was the traditional privacy concept. In cyberspace, the concept of privacy becomes more important because everyone participates in cyberspace and the information is disseminated in cyberspace like anything. We have not seen any such technology of cyberspace so far, and it is the most dynamic technology so far in terms of disseminating the information across the board without giving any kind of honor to the border issue or territoriality issue. Therefore, the privacy is very important in cyberspace also. There are some online privacy issues which is very important, like they can be online privacy issue of the nature browsing habits of users, date and time of visit, queries on the search engine, address of the page last visited, time spent on each page, file uploaded or downloaded, confidential information, password, online account number, etc. Now, these are some of the sensitive information when you use any cyberspace which can be seen by or which can be viewed by any other person, and if it is done, then it's a kind of privacy violation of the person who is using any kind of cyberspace. Now, there are different kind of technical methods which are available in cyberspace, which makes the violation of this kind of privacy issue. Like, first of all, Google's web history option. Google has a web history, Google search engine has a web history option, whereby they can find out which particular website you are looking into, what kind of website you are searching, or what kind of information you are searching. So, they keep the archive of all kind of information which you are seeking. Then there are specific software package to keep track of cyber movement like Sentry or Family Safe. Now, this kind of software are being created and used by the elders to check or to keep a check on the children who are using some kind of cyberspace to find out to what different activities they are doing on cyberspace. So, it is a kind of check on the children. Now, this is also a violation of a privacy issue of the children. Then data mining and big data. Now, big data is now a big concept. Sophisticated technology makes it possible that putting in together by the software or linking together the different kind of information, they can come out with the privacy information of an individual or a group. Then photo tagging, community sites, discussion forum, deep pocket inspection. We are using every other day the different kind of social media. We are connected to social media of one another, and 24-hour we are connected by mobile phones. So, there are many privacy information which we pass over without knowing the implication of those kind of privacy information to the others. Then we have cookies. Now, there are various kind of cookies. Some of the cookies by well-known website owners are asking for the permission of the user before being attached to a particular site or before being downloaded to your computer. The function of this cookies is that whatever search, whatever activities you do on a particular website, they provide the input of all those information to the website owner. The website owner, taking advantage of those kind of information, can get to know about your taste, interest, and then can manipulate the information or can make use of the information for the e-commerce purpose or for the advertising purpose. Then there is a concept of spam. They are unsolicited information, they are unsolicited message from the commercial world. They also create some privacy issue. Then phishing, malware, identity theft and web bug, they are some methods of violation of privacy issues. Combined with all these methods, they take the important inputs from your use of the web and provide this information to the website owner or to the interested group, so that they can make use of the information for their own commercial benefit or to cause any kind of harm to you. So, this is the online privacy, and we can understand if the violation of this online privacy is happening, then different kind of crimes can be created. Now, women related crime, particularly cyber stalking, child related crimes are very prominent, and to some extent they take advantage of this. Now, phishing is one, or cyber financial frauds, they are some of the crimes which is only happening because some of the privacy informations are always there floated or available on the cyberspace, because you are using cyberspace more and often without knowing what kind of violation of your privacy issues are happening.